What is up, everybody? I am Get Flinked. In today's video, we're going to be doing something to try and help the absolute beginner in Rainbow Six Siege. I'm talking the person who literally has just started playing this game. And this is a player that's often forgotten about on YouTube when it comes to tip videos and stuff like that. A lot of us forget what it was like to start playing Rainbow Six Siege from scratch. We've been playing it long enough now where we really forget what it was like to be new and just how daunting this game can be. So I'm going to try and put out a couple videos over the next month or so that are designed to help that brand new player and really just shorten their learning curve. That's really the goal here, is just allowing these new players to hit the ground running and improve faster than trying to figure all this stuff out on their own. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about barricades. The goal of this video is going to be to show you everything that you need to know about barricades and how you can interact with them in different ways that you can manipulate barricades to give you an advantage in the game. And if you're one of those new players out there that's watching this video, congratulations. The fact that you are willing to watch a video about barricades says a lot about you as a player, your willingness to try to improve, and the fact that you're beginning to understand just how much depth there is in this game. When you first get started, a barricade is a barricade. It doesn't look like anything can be too complicated when it comes to these objects in the game. But the more you go along, the more you start to understand there's a lot of different ways that you can interact with these barricades. And the goal, again, is just going to be to show you those different ways you can interact and shorten the learning curve so you understand how to use barricades to give yourself an advantage. So with that said, let's hop into a custom game now, and I'm going to go through the different ways you can interact and show you exactly how those interactions work with barricades. Okay, so here we are in a custom game, and we're going to go over some of the basics as far as how you can interact with barricades. And we'll get more advanced as we go along, but let's start out with the absolute basics here. And whenever there's a barricade, a single barricade in front of you, first of all, you can get it down as a defender by holding F and ripping it down. Also, as any either attacker or defender, you can get it down by meleeing it. Okay, it takes 3 melees to completely get rid of either a single barricade, which is this, or a double barricade over here. It takes the same number. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's this size or this size. Okay, now you can single hit and then volt through it. Okay, so exactly what I'm talking about here is with the barricade up, you can hit it once and then you get the vault command. See how I have the vault command, and now I can go through it. Now you have to hit it in the right place in order to do this. You can't just hit it anywhere. You'll notice if I hit it like right here, I don't have the vault command. Okay, so the way that I've always done it is trying to aim for the left part of the X. Everybody has their own trick, but for me, if I aim for this part right about right here, that's kind of what I'm going for, is right here. Melee that, and then you usually get the vault command and you can go through. Now with a double one, you cannot hit it once and get the vault command. There's no way you can possibly do that. You can do it twice and get the vault command, but there's no way of single hitting and getting the vault command. Okay, so practice getting that single vault. It really comes in handy because it's fastest, especially as an attacker, because as an attacker you don't have the option to hit F and remove the barricade. So as an attacker trying to get through a barricade, the fastest way is the single hit and melee through. The single melee and then vault through. Okay, so now as far as shooting barricades, the reason you see people go like this when they shoot barricades is because when you're shooting a barricade, you do not want your bullets to go through a hole. Okay, so if you're shooting a barricade and trying to get rid of it fast, if you go like this and then you keep shooting through here, you're not going to destroy the barricade. So the reason that people go like this like crazy whenever they're shooting a barricade is they're just trying to make sure their bullets aren't going through holes they've already created, or else the barricade might still be standing. Another thing to keep in mind is that if you shoot a barricade and put several holes in it like this, okay, this does not affect how much you need to melee in order to get rid of it. Okay, so this barricade is pretty well destroyed right now, but watch. I still have to hit it twice, and now I have the vault command, but it's still up. So shooting through barricades and meleeing them are like two different things. Okay, you can't like halfway shoot up a barricade and then expect to get to be able to melee it shorter. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind. Okay, so now let's talk about double hitting barricades. That's what I call it anyway, and that is when you go to the bottom of a barricade, you can hit it twice, And now I have the vault command because I've hit the barricade twice. It doesn't matter where you hit it. If you hit a barricade twice, you're going to get the vault command. Okay, so now from the outside, we'll go and look at it. From the outside, this barricade looks fully intact. But from the inside, I have the vault command, and it's a sneaky way to manipulate barricades and try to surprise attackers. So as a pulse, right now, I could theoretically sit here with my heartbeat scanner and look for anybody to get on this roof, and whenever I see them, I can jump out this nearly instantly. Of course, it's gonna make some noise. There's a little bit of delay as I'm mantling out, but it's a lot faster than having to go through something like this. You know, even just single hitting it, you know, that's going to make noise, draw their attention, and you know, I messed it up, so I don't even have the vault command. But yeah, I mean, that's a trick when it comes to barricades. Double hitting them at the bottom, so that the barricade from the outside looks untouched, but you do have the command to vault out, and you can surprise enemies when you jump out. Okay, another trick when it comes to barricades is how you can use them to manipulate sound in the game. But the sound in this game travels through open areas. So right now, this barricade is blocking some sound from outside. Now, pay attention to how much of the ambient noise outside I can hear right now. Okay, now watch how the sound changes after I tear down this barricade. See how much of that outside noise I can hear? So if somebody was rappelling up this wall, I could hear them much clearer with this barricade down than I can up. But you obviously don't want to be opening up huge holes into the site like this. So instead of that, we'll put this barricade back up. What you can do is just shoot a tiny hole right there. Now that sound will still travel through that hole in the barricade, but you don't have a giant hole looking right into your objective. Okay, so if somebody's rappelling, you'll be able to hear this much clearer. I use this a lot over here as well as over here. I will use it a good bit. Just put a tiny hole there. It doesn't even have to be that big. It's just several of my bullets are going through. But make sure you break the glass behind it too, because keep in mind there is glass behind these windows. So yeah, that's definitely something to keep in mind, is using the barricades to allow sound to come through is something you have to be aware of. Okay, the next thing I wanted to show you with the barricade is the ability to crawl underneath of a barricade while it's still intact. This allows you to be a little bit sneakier, make a little bit less noise, and be able to surprise people is what this is normally used for, okay? You have to hit it right down here at the bottom, but you hit 2 slots right there, and then you can crawl through, okay? Now, obviously there's still a hole in it, but hitting it twice is much quieter than hitting it 3 times, because listen what happens whenever I hit it the 3rd time. That's a lot louder than just, you know, the normal melee sound on a window, okay? That barricades, that is so much quieter. So that's really the idea with that. Hitting it twice, crawling through, makes less noise and allows you to enter the building without and maybe catch the enemy by surprise. That's going to be used as attackers more than defenders, but still something to be aware of. Okay, the next trick I wanted to show you with barricades is the ability to hit it right at the bottom and get a very, very small line of sight that can sometimes surprise attackers. So it's usually right about the 4th plank up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, but you don't want to actually hit the 4th. The line of sight is going to be right here. You want to hit like right about here. Okay, and then you got this line of sight that you'll see a lot on this map. It goes right over there to the AC roof where attackers will go. But you can use this on a lot of different barricades. Some windows have a little bit of an edge right here where it doesn't work as well. But yeah, this can sometimes surprise attackers. Better players are going to be looking for this, especially in this spot. But yeah, it goes over to this roof, and I'll show you what this looks like from over here. So yeah, I mean, you can see it there, but it's pretty tiny. And some windows you can even get a smaller opening than that you can actually look out. So keep that in mind, okay? That's something you want to mess around with. This is probably one of the more played out spots to use this, but you do see it used from time to time on different windows throughout the map. Again, it's that fourth plank up is usually the key, but you don't want to hit it up here or else you'll destroy this part of the barricade. You got to hit it like somewhere down here. Okay, now let's talk about hot breaching barricades, and it's pretty simple. I think most of you guys are probably familiar with this, but hot breaching refers to putting a breaching charge on a barricade, and then when you do that, you get the option here to enter. Okay, see how spacebar is enter? Okay, so now I can hit enter, and then in midair, you explode the breaching charge and you come in. That's a hot breach. And you can do that on any barricade that you can rappel on. Okay, so if you can rappel next to a barricade, you can do that on any, I guess, window that you can rappel on as far as a barricade. So you can do it on ones that aren't normally thought of. So like this isn't one where you normally see a hot breach, but you can definitely pull it off if you want to. So this is probably one of the more underused aspects in the game. Like, a lot of people are familiar with what it is, but don't use it enough, in my opinion. The breaching charge actually has a concussion effect to enemies who are near it. So if you had an enemy that was sitting like right here and you did that, they would actually be concussed a little bit and stunned a little bit as you entered. Could give you an advantage as you enter the building, but you definitely want to know what's on the other side before you hot breach. But just wanted to explain how that interaction works in case any of you guys weren't familiar with how to hot breach. It's one of the more fun mechanics in this game. Okay, so that's it as far as the interactions with barricades, and I'm sure I forgot something there. I'm sure there's some type of interaction that I did not include there, which speaks to, again, the depth that's in this game. So yeah, keep an eye on the comments there. I'm sure somebody in the comments will point out an interaction that I didn't, and that could be useful for you. But I wanted to talk a little bit here at the end about a little bit of strategy when it comes to barricading. New players in this game are very well known to use barricades too much. A lot of new players in this game will barricade up the entire objective, thinking that they're doing something good because they are, you know, keeping the enemy out and making it tougher for the enemies to approach the objective. But what you're actually doing is making things harder on roamers. If a roamer leaves the objective and goes to a different part of the map and you have everything barricaded behind them, you now make it pretty much impossible for them to re-enter the site later in the round. I'm not going to say there's never a time to barricade. There are times where at the end of the round, if you have, say, like 20 seconds left in the round, 30 seconds left in the round, and you get a call out that there's one enemy left and they're on the other side of the map, sure, you know, go ahead and barricade a couple doors, make it difficult on that enemy to enter the site in the last few seconds. But you don't normally want to be barricading up the site early in the round. There's always going to be exceptions, but it's something to be aware of. If you have roamers, that's probably not the best idea. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for the video. If you are one of those new players starting out in Rainbow Six Siege, stick with it. You are on what is probably the most rewarding journey I've ever experienced in video games, just getting better. I'm continuing to get better every single day. I've been playing this game since the beta, so going on 4 years now. So stick with it. It's tough at first, but you will get better, trust me. Hopefully this video has helped you understand how barricades work and will help shorten that learning curve for you. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you like and subscribe, and I'll have more coming your way here soon.